Hey folks, quick disclaimer about Greasy Says, my new show about being a game developer for 15 years who's brown. Okay, Greasy Says contains explicit language, adult situations, and viewer discretion is strongly advised. Right? Greasy Says is supposed to be a comedic take on what it's like to be in the gaming industry from my perspective, but I'm not out here trying to make people feel uncomfortable just for the sake of it. So, to sum it up, I have a potty mouth. Don't let your kids listen to this shit. And kings and queens above 18 only. Let's try that. All right? Lay is...
Haha, let's get this party started. High def with the proof.
Greasy Says.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Greasy Says. Yes, Greasy Says is about my personal experience of being a game developer, about my personal experience of being a brown guy. Merge those two things together, makes a unique story, don't you think? That's what this podcast, that's what this show is all about. It's about me sharing my perspectives, which is similar to a lot of people and different from a lot of people. So let's take this journey together. What's up, my greasy people? Here we are. We're at the end of season 1. I can't believe we made it. 20 episodes in. This is episode 20. And guess what? I'm still sick. Yeah. Back in fucking episode 19, last episode, I had to cut it short because I felt like shit. I apologize to everyone who was expecting a full-length episode and got gypped. I would have felt gypped. I would have been like, what the fuck? To those who understood where I was coming from and that I was feeling like shit, I appreciate you for your patience. Yeah, I'm still sick, y'all. I'm still fucking sick. It's been like a month. I've been sick for a whole month. Here's the thing. When you decide to procreate, okay, you and your partner decide you're gonna mix your fucking enzymes and your chromosomes and shit and make another human being, understand this. That human being has no immune system. That brand new little baby that you think is so cute and precious and beautiful has no immune system. So when you send your fucking chromosomes and your enzymes out into the real world where there is fucking germs and disgusting ass people spitting on the street, other kids with green shit coming out their noses, they're wiping it on sleeves, the sleeves are getting wiped on everything. All right? When you send your chromosomes out, realize that they're gonna come back carrying some of those germs. And during our unique time right now, post, mid, pre-Omicron, Persei 8, whatever the fuck you wanna call this disease that has been wrecking us for the last 2.5 goddamn years, I feel like. Our immune systems, you know, grown-ass people like us, our immune systems are dog shit right now. We can't fight off a fucking butterfly's cold. You know what I'm saying? So when I send my baby boy out to daycare and he's mixing with the germ party that is daycare, you should see these places. It's like a medieval, it's like 1920s hospital in Europe. People are dying everywhere. There's people laid out on the ground, people spinning around in circles on their back, just wailing. This is what daycare is. Daycare is like a madhouse. It's like an asylum in the 20s, y'all. And all these cats are sick. So every time I send my boy to daycare, he's coming back. He's coming back with some high-level 2021 brand new minted fresh NFT fucking cold. And he's giving that shit to me and my wife. So we have been out for the count for 4 weeks straight. It came to a point where I was like, I gotta do the podcast. I feel like shit, but I gotta do the podcast. I'm gonna sound like crap. I might start coughing for no fucking reason. I gotta take lots of breaks. I gotta break up and edit this whole thing and make it work. Like my throat hurts right now talking to you guys. This is it is, you know, I hate people that say the struggle is real, but I'm struggling right now.
Aw, poor
baby.
Anyway, long story short, if you choose to procreate, just realize you're gonna be sick for the rest of your fucking life. Good luck. Now, I would hate to end the first season of Greasy Says on a bummer of a note, but there is some bummer ass fucking news in the gaming industry right now. Check this out. I read this article about George Cacioppo. Is that how you say his name? Cacioppo? A PlayStation executive. Motherfucker got busted for being in a pedophile sting. Come on, man. This fucking piece of shit got busted in a pedophile sting. I don't know much else beyond that, but he was let go. And I guess the trial and whatnot will take place in the future. I'll have to keep an eye on this. But man, when we work in the gaming industry, we all work in the gaming industry, we think we're all like these high level people. We think we're all woke, and we think we're all sweethearted and good-hearted and forward-thinking and all this. We're looking out for the world and the planet. But we got scumbags sitting down right next to us in these boardrooms, y'all. You know, your homie who you think is a nice person and who always seems to have their shit together and is always playing the political game in meetings and schmoozing just right. That motherfucker could be a pedophile, is what I'm saying. Just because we're in this industry doesn't mean there aren't scumbags in this industry, as we're finding out left and fucking right these days. Right? Activision shit, the Blizzard shit, sexual harassment fucking cases, frat boy culture shit, and now pedophiles. Yo, the gaming industry is not a clean industry. The shit's dirty as fuck. All right, enough downers. I owe you guys an extra long, guys and gals, I owe you guys and gals an extra long episode for this final season finale of Greasy Says. So I'm gonna try my best to give that to you. I'm gonna hit y'all with plenty of music. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with this. Fuck it, I'm sick. I don't give a fuck. I'm going in. I'm gonna just keep going until I drop dead. How you like that? That's what y'all like on the internet, right? Just people that keep grinding until they drop dead. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all don't give a fuck. I'm just playing. Y'all, I know y'all give a fuck. It's all good. Remember, you can always hit me up. You know, check how I'm doing. Make sure I didn't die during the winter months with some kind of super cold that my kid brought back for me. Hit me up. Check on me on social media. That's Greasy Says. That's GreasySays on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Yo, I'm going back in time with the social call out, right? I haven't spelled it in quite a while. Or M-CUE, that's M-Cue, on Spotify, Bandcamp, Soundcloud, anywhere you could get music, you know what I'm saying? And don't forget to tell your friends. Recently, a homie hit me up because another homie told them about the podcast. I don't know this person, but the person came and hit me up on social and was like, yo, I really like the episodes because this dude told me about it. So yo, the greasiness is spreading. Thank you to the greasy people who have been sharing my content and helping me grow and helping me pay for painkillers and cold medicine. I appreciate you. So y'all got any games y'all gonna play over the holiday break? You know, I know people get some time off usually during the holiday. Some don't. You know, I know those some cats out there who work in like retail and shit don't get nothing until like the day before or the day after Christmas and Christmas Day, and that's all you get, and you grinding otherwise. But what games y'all trying to play over the break? I'm gonna talk about a game that I'm playing now later in the episode that I might try to 100% this shit over the break and just play non-stop when I have 5 minutes and I'm not coughing up a fucking lung. So let me know on Greasy Says on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. What games you playing? What games do you think I should check out over the break? You know what I'm saying? Even though it's short, it'll go like that. But we gotta make the most of it. Yes, indeed. As I totally forgot to say, My name is Greasy, aka Arturo Maracon Quesada,
He really just wishes he could speak Spanish. I apologize.
aka M-Cue. And this is Greasy Says, the greatest video game developer podcast on the fucking planet Earth. And the moon, as a matter of fact. Not just the dark side, the light side too. And I want to welcome y'all to the season finale. Let's kick this shit off correctly.
Today's key is...
Who's a fucking prick who's sick as Greasy? Who's got a lot of snot, it's me, it's Greasy. Who can't breathe except through his mouth? Who's gonna sneeze and make him more shot, it's Greasy. Who's a fucking prick who's sick as me, it's Greasy. Who's got a lot of snot, yeah, it's me, it's Greasy. Who can't breathe except through his mouth? Who's gonna sneeze and make him more shot, it's Greasy.
Hey, Greasy.
Yeah.
Remember ports?
Ports, yeah. Why?
What do you think about ports nowadays?
Any port in a storm, eh?
Boo.
In case you don't know, a port of a video game is when a game is recreated for another platform upon which it was previously unavailable. How often do you get to use the phrase upon which? It's like an auto douchebag phrase. It's like, let me grab my powdered wig real quick. So let's say, for example, we made GTA for PlayStation 5. Once the game has been released for a while, we decide we want to release it for iPhone. In order to do that, we need to do a series of tasks to make a PlayStation 5 game suitable for play on an iPhone. That could mean a lot of things. That could mean down-res graphics, simplified controls, completely different mechanics, completely different user experiences, unique audio treatments, new mixes, and the list goes on. I think a lot of players out there think that making a port is as easy as flipping a switch. And as I mentioned in my AI episode, go back and listen to that, it may be as easy as that in some respects. But in truth, ports for many years required a dedicated team working tirelessly to make a grand game fit on multiple platforms. And sometimes the results they achieve are outstanding. But sometimes you end up with a clunker like Mortal Kombat for Genesis.
What did he say?
Ports can be a labor of love or a piss in an alley. It really depends on what the port is for. What you pouring for, baby? Are you 8-bit or 16? Back in the day, there were studios who specialized in amazing ports. There still are to this day. Remember when arcades were the pinnacle of video game technology? Remember when getting a halfway decent port of like Metal Slug was seemingly magic? Remember when you could play Turtles in Time on your Super Nintendo? It didn't match the arcade version exactly, but it was a strong enough attempt of a port that it made history as a masterpiece in itself. Studios even had the reputation for excellent ports and even shitty ports. For example, Acclaim, bollocks ports, all right? But Capcom, shit, godlike. From players' perspectives, ports could bring the arcade experience right into your living room, giving you the arcade gameplay without draining you for tokens. Pretty great marketing, if you ask me, especially since difficulty on arcade games were designed to bleed you dry of tokens. In more recent years, ports from PC to console became the new golden target. Getting The Witcher 2 to look as good on Xbox 360 as it did on the Master Race version, that's the PC version for all of you thinking I'm some sort of confused Nazi, was a preposterous notion.
Getting Crisis or Morrowind to run at frame rate and not resemble a Vaseline smeared flipbook on anything but a PC was considered impossible. Devs had to get better and better at pushing and manipulating hardware to achieve these more difficult and higher quality ports. Then gaming kind of did a weird thing. Everything kind of became equal on the technology front. PlayStation games look as good, if not better, than PC games. PC games became the port. For example, Horizon Zero Dawn dropped on PlayStation and then got ported to PC, complete with better graphics, physics, etc. Now it's not about crunching a game down and reducing it to fit on a lesser console. It's about blowing it up.
Blow it up.
Sometimes bloating it just so it pushes hardware and gets an FPS number in the top left-hand side of your screen to hit triple digits. It's port gluttony out there right now.
FPS.
But our ports, as we remember them in the arcade days, is that idea dead? Are ports anything more than a cash grab these days? I'll admit, I haven't really done a port in a long time. For real. The last port I ever worked on was for a game maybe on like Xbox 360 or something. It's funny, ports almost feel like something from the past to me. And that's why I wonder if ports are basically now cash grabs, because you can't make money the same way anymore unless you're like a bomb exclusive, right? Like unless you're God of War or like Horizon Zero Dawn, for example, and you sign an exclusive deal with some console maker that your game is going to be exclusive for forever because you're owned by the console maker. Like Sony owns fucking the God of War development team. Or you set up an exclusive for a limited amount of time, and then you eventually go to other consoles. But so many developers now, so many companies, they just develop across all platforms. Like when you release a game, you're going to release it on PC, you're going to release it on PlayStation, you're going to release it on Xbox, you're going to release it on fucking iPhone and Android if you can. You just release it everywhere. So like the idea of having to port something is almost dead, especially with modern game engines and their ability to just scale the game to all these different platforms. And because technology has come so far, like you can play a fucking crazy graphically intense game on your phone now. Yeah, it's gonna burn a hole in your fucking lap, but like you could still run it on it. So like it's almost like the port, it's almost like Unreal Engine and Unity and those game engines kind of killed port developers, because now you just flip a button. You just click a button and it's boom, it works on your phone now. It used to be a PS5 game, now it's a phone game. Boom. There you go. I mean that part of it at least is like AI driven, right? You flip a button and it does the graphical work, it does all that bank building and all that kind of shit. But it doesn't change your how much you have to change the design to work on a new platform, you know, which is easier going from Xbox and PlayStation. But like if you go to a phone and you have to figure out touch controls for a game that requires a controller, that still requires some level of development for the port. That requires a team to put in work to make a unique control scheme for the shit to work on a phone. So ports have really, really changed. Now I feel like when you make a port, it's for money. Like you sign a deal, you're Rockstar. You sign a deal with fucking PlayStation, with Sony, where GTA 5 is going to come out on PS5 exclusively for like 4 years or whatever, 3 years. However long you need to make the up-resed version for PC, or hold and wait to release the version on Xbox. It's an excuse to charge $60 all over again for a game that is now $40 on PlayStation. Because when the new version of Grand Theft Auto comes out on PC, however many years later, usually 2-3 years later,
and it has all the graphical bells and whistles. It's back to a $60 game, even though it should sell in for 40 on fucking PlayStation Store. So yeah, sometimes ports feel like a little bit of a cash grab, a way to fund further development, a way to fund research, a way to keep your studio afloat while you're experimenting or you're lamenting or you're oscillating on an idea or whatever happens, keeping the studio lights on. Maybe ports were always a cash grab, but I feel like now, because it's so understood and it's so par for the course, that if you plan your development right, you could space your ports out to sustain your studio for a very long time. Especially if your game is like crushing it on every platform it hits, like fucking like Rocket League or whatever, Imagine if they ported Smash Brothers someday. Could you imagine that? It would never happen in a million years, or maybe it could happen. Smash, like Nintendo signs an exclusive deal with Apple and agrees to release Smash Brothers iPhone on the iPhone only. And then 10 years later, they bring it to Android and crush again, just bajillions of dollars. Bowser turns into a real Bowser. He like has so much money, he turns himself into a Bowser. Like he gets the surgery, he puts the scales, he gets really big. He becomes Bowser in real life because he has so much money he can afford that level of invasive surgery and body modification. It's gonna happen. I've said it here on episode 20 of season 1 on Greasy Says, Bowser will be Bowser before I am dead, if this fucking cold doesn't kill me first. Anyway, reach out to me on Greasy Says, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, and let me know if you know any developers nowadays who specialize in ports, who still do mostly ports. They do exist, right? I just haven't been able to keep track of them. Let me know. Who are some of the greats nowadays?
What you play, what you play, what you play, what you playing, what are you playing?
What you playing?
Ghost of Tsushima. All right, I know I'm late to the party on this. All right, I know this game has been out for, what is it, like a year and a half at this point, maybe longer. I copped the... Oop, my vape's ready. I copped the like collector's edition on a sale on the PlayStation Store for like 40 bones. That's my kind of prices, people. You know how I feel about paying $60 for a game. I think it's ridiculous. But 40 bones for a special edition for the what do you call it? The Master Edition or the Legend Edition or whatever the fuck they call it, however they brand it. The one where they fixed all the bugs and they include the expansion. I'm all about that for $40. Bring that shit on. But boy, oh boy, do I love this fucking game. Whew. It might be the best game ever. Joking. But it's a really good game. As a person steeped in samurai movies and ninja games. Anybody remember fucking Tenchi from back in the days on PlayStation? The ultimate ninja game. Tenchi 2, perhaps. One of the dopest roof-crawling ninja games of all time. Ghost gets close to the feeling of playing Tenchi back in the day. The attention to detail. The way they kind of lean into Japanese history. And got me watching Age of Samurai on Netflix about the 1500s and the era when Nobunaga was like trying to run shit and all of the backstabbing and feudal warfare, civil war in Japan at the time. This game captures all of that beautifully. Not to be a bummer or anything though, but after playing this game and then watching Age of Samurai and really understanding how horrible that time was, that period in time, it was horrendous to be a regular person, to constantly be under attack and, villages being wiped out and poverty on a level that we just don't even understand today. It's a bummer that as great as the game is, it almost kind of trivializes that period in time, and the brutality of that period. But I mean, they were faithful with how bloody these conflicts were. But as you know, the more you play, the more you become desensitized. It's just one of those things about games. I don't know. It's just a thought. What do you think? Reach out to me. Social media, Greasy Says, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. Hit me up. Tell me if you think, what you make of the rendition of that period of history, and whether the game so faithfully recreating that time sort of minimizes the brutality of that time. They also do a lot of really cool things with the PlayStation controller. For example, when you, there are moments, I don't want to spoil too much, but there are moments when you meditate and they play the audio through the controller. It's such an interesting choice of how they chose to play that audio through the controller. And it really roots you in this meditative state because the sound is coming from the TV and right from your lap. So you feel engulfed in this meditative state. What a great idea. Very simple, but what a beautiful idea. Props to whoever was the audio person who came up with that idea. They also play, when you get perfect parries and stuff, they play the clang through the controller. So, just more feedback about how you're doing in the game, how you're performing. Love all that stuff. Also love how they kind of, paid homage to Japanese culture and the idea that you reflect on things and honor and the choice about being a shinobi versus a samurai and what that means in Japanese culture during that period. Really great stuff. I can't imagine the amount of research they put in. Can we talk about the beginning, though? The beginning of that game? This is the shit. This is the kind of stuff I love. You boot the game, they give you a little bit of an intro, and boom, you're in gameplay. In the most intense scene, that I've seen the entire game, and I haven't beat it yet, so I don't know what the end is like. But like the most intense scene, and you're thrust into it immediately. They don't waste any time getting you into gameplay. And I fucking love that. I love that Sucker Punch decided to just throw you in instead of making you trudge through a million tutorial screens or a guided interactive tutorial to teach you all the controls. They were like, nah, we just throwing you into the craziest shit, get you locked into this story, and then piecemeal, we will feed you mechanics. So you learn as you go through flashbacks and shit like that. I love when games tutorialize their controls and their mechanics like that. Don't waste my time up front. Just get me in there, teach me as I go. I'm going to try to carry that through with all the games I make from now on. Get the player playing ASAP. Even if every suit in the room doesn't know how to play your game, fuck them. They don't play the game. It's about the player, and the player doesn't want to waste any time. The player wants to play, then learn. You get me. This has probably been talked about a million times before, but also their objective and their pathing towards an objective, the most brilliant shit I've ever seen. Usually in GTA or in Cyberpunk, there's a goddamn line on the ground that you end up looking at, or you look at your mini-map, and the line on the mini-map to your destination, you're looking at that 80% of the time you're playing the game. You're not actually looking at the beautiful world that all these people built. You're looking at a line to tell you where to go. It's always bugged me. I hate, disregarding the rest of this beautiful space that so many people spent years of their lives working on. But in Ghost, they allow you to view all of that, and they use all of that beauty to drive you towards your goal. Not even Breath of the Wild did that. And with Breath of the Wild, they did a lot of things with the environment and weather and stuff like that. but they never took that extra step to push you towards your objective using weather and using the wind and using particles in the world and all that. This game does an incredible job at it. And I think you're going to see a whole lot of people bite that idea from here on out. This is the new standard on how to tell people to get to their objectives, in my opinion. So bravo. Get that person a raise. I'm telling you, that person is a freaking genius who came up with that. Or people, could have been multiple. It's a group effort. But yeah, I mean, I just want to thank Sucker Punch for making a game that I've always wanted. I've always wanted to play as a samurai, play as a ninja. And the way that they captured it, I haven't felt this way playing a game about samurais since Bushido Blade. Okay? But there's a missed opportunity here, and maybe I haven't gotten to it yet, but we never got to have a battle in a bamboo patch, and then you do like the cool sword move, and then all the bamboo stalks fall around you as you like both are frozen, waiting for one of you to burst into a river of blood. Missed opportunity there. They had that shit in Bushido Blade though. They did have that stage in Bushido Blade, which was great, and it sticks in my memory as a classic moment in video game history. But otherwise, Ghost is like the highest level of a samurai game that I've ever played in my life. I'll probably play it multiple times. I gotta be honest with you. And whoever's idea it was to give you an emote that lets you fling the blood off of your sword at the end of a battle, let me know where you live, what your address is. You don't have to tell me your name. I'm sending you a gift, a bouquet of cherry blossoms.
I'm not sure that cherry blossoms work that way.
And you have my eternal thanks and admiration. And speaking of samurai games, y'all see that fucking new shit called Trek to Yomi? Yo, I believe it debuted its trailer filled with gameplay, mind you. A trailer filled with gameplay at the Game Awards? Are you out of your fucking mind? It's supposed to be pure hype out there. No gameplay. Yo, Trek to Yomi did it. They came with the gameplay fucking trailer. Let's go. Yo, 2D samurai combat. Black and white in the style of Akira, in the style of, oh my God, I'm embarrassing myself. Kurosawa movies, right? The whole style is very Kurosawa. I mean, any fucking samurai game you make and you don't pay homage to the guy, to the god, you're fucking up. It looks fantastic. If you haven't checked out this trailer yet, go check it out. It's hype. 2D gaming is the pinnacle of gaming, in my opinion. 2D games are the best. And this is a 2D fucking samurai combat game. Let's frickin' get out of here.
Go.
Got some listener submissions. I owe y'all a couple from last week, and then I got some more this week. Remember, you could always reach out to me on Greasy Says, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and just shoot the shit with me. Bring up games, talk about whatever, tell me what you like about the episode, debate with me if you want, whatever. It's all good. Come get me. But I got one listener. Hold up. So this is regarding my work from home episode. It's season 1, episode 4. If you're looking to catch up. But this person writes, I'm behind the times on this, but I had to see what Greasy says about the topic, work from home in this case. Laughed out loud at the IT part. I mean, I laughed at plenty of parts, but the Clippy joke made me lose my shit. Yo, I got jokes. I got Clippy jokes, okay? Go back to the work from home episode and check out my fresh Clippy jokes that Ethan is enjoying so flavorfully and so illustriously and so completely. I'm trying to bring y'all joy and happiness and laughter, and I made this dude laugh. Okay? Mazel tov. What else we got? Oh, yeah. Here we have one. Yo, I just wanted to say I really appreciated the fact you recorded a raw, dry run of your talk as a podcast. This is talking about the Boston Postmart talk that I had put. I can't remember what episode it is, but it's the Boston Postmart about side hustles. Go check that shit out. They continue. You could have easily edited out the dead space or the parts where you talk to yourself about if a part doesn't feel right, but you didn't. I thought it was great to see how you worked through the process of giving a talk. Yo, that's the whole point. That was the reason I left all those mistakes in there, was to make, to make other people who feel like,
Yo, how the fuck you make a talk? I'm like stupid. I can't think straight. I make mistakes. I can't write. I don't know if these ideas are any good.
but you just start doing it. You just start doing it, right? And you'll get through it. Even if you fail, you're going to be one step closer to knowing how to do that thing, right? A talk in this example, than you were if you just sat back and was like, I give up. Never give up, fuckers. We got one more. This is from a new listener, yo. This is from a new listener, yo. These are the people I get most excited about. New listeners. Let me find it real quick. Again, I'm not good at the social media. I get to Instagram, I'm like, how do you use this thing again? Where are the messages? All these icons are confusing. Like, for real though, like, why they gotta make it so hard to get to your fucking messages? Maybe I'm just stupid. Yeah, I'm just stupid. But why does it look like a lightning bolt? Since when is talking like a lightning bolt? Is it about the connection? Is that what that icon means? Anyway, yo. It says, yo, my G, and I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but thanks to the homie, put me onto your podcast, and I can't wait for the next episode. Your segment on code/tone switching made me feel like I was not alone in our industry. Thank you, brother. Hey, this is in regards to talking to white folks, talking to white people. That episode that I had must have been like 18 or 17 or some shit. Go look it up. Go listen to it. This person is relating to that segment, which means we not crazy. We are not alone, people. Keep the faith, keep hope alive, and stick together and keep talking about this shit with your peers and other brown and black people out there so we don't feel isolated, we don't feel alone. We have to spread the word, get these motherfuckers Greasy passes. The Greasy passport is free. Okay, entry into Greasy Stan is free. You just have to have a COVID test. Or, we still figuring out our quarantine situation, but everybody gonna be comfortable, okay? We got like 90 Hiltons, and they let in all kinds of people at these Hiltons. It's not bougie at all. All right? So, yo, Cheddar, thank you for that comment. Thank you for being a new listener. And keep telling people about Greasy Says. Yo, let's keep growing, y'all. Let's keep fucking growing. All right, y'all, my voice is definitely giving out a little bit. Let's wrap it up with a little bit of
Medicate, meditate.
This week, as we wrap up the season, I've been thinking, especially around this time of year and shit, what would you do? What would you do if you only had one day, one chance, one reason to do something? What would you do with it? You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's say you had one day and all you did was not use your phone on that one day. You just turned your phone off. One day, one chance, one reason. No phone calls, no texts, no social media, no checking your fucking crypto balance, none of that shit. No email, no nothing. Turned off, not even a chance for silent notifications. If you had a chance, would you do it? Would you take that chance? Would you turn your phone off? Hard thing to do. I might try it over the break. If I had a chance, one day, one chance, one reason. Why not? Why not? I might try that shit. Would you try it? I doubt it. What else? If I had a chance. What if I had one day where all I did was hit up people that I love and told them, I appreciate you. Whether it's call, whether it's a text. Obviously, I can't do that on the same day I'm not using my phone because that'd be ridiculous. But maybe on some other day when I do have access to my phone, I'm hitting up all the people I love, tell them, yo, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're in my life. One day, one chance, one reason. Mad simple, right? Like, for example, like, let's say you had one chance to let somebody who crossed you, somebody who fucked with you, give them one more chance, give them one more ability, one more chance to fucking turn the tables, to take back what they said, what they did. Give them one chance. If they had a chance, if they had a chance, one chance, one day, one reason. Would you give it to that person? Would you give it to that piece of shit? I don't know if I could. Maybe that's the biggest challenge for me right there. What if this was the last season of Greasy Says? If I had a chance, it'd be a shame. One day, one chance, one season. Damn, that'd be fucked up. There'd be no more seasons of Greasy Says. How depressed would you be? How depressed would I be? Let's not even entertain that reality. If we had a chance, one day, one chance, one reason. If we had a chance, if we had a chance, one day, one chance, one reason. What's your reason, Greasy people? What's your one chance? What's your one day? Let me know. Or keep it to yourself. It's supposed to be about you on this meditation tip. But if I had a chance, if I had a chance, one day, one chance, one reason, one reason. If I had a fan, one chance, one reason.
Hey, it's the ending. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's the ending. Yeah. Oh, it's the ending. Yeah. It's the end, y'all. It's the end of a season. It's the end of the episode. I'm happy to be here. I'm barely alive. I've ridden the roller coaster of sicknesses, stomach to nose to face to ears to asshole, the whole thing, man. I did it all. I feel like I went to fucking Disney World. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done with the season. I'm done with this cold. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Okay? Listen, I want to thank everybody who has been with me through all of Greasy Says Season 1. This is a occasion. Let us celebrate this occasion together. I'm very excited. I'm so excited that I did this even though I feel like shit every day. I still want to come through and do Greasy Says, because Greasy Says is a beautiful fucking thing. And I'm glad all of you are with me on this journey, riding this beautiful ass fucking dragon. What color is our dragon that we're riding? First thing that popped into my mind is white gold. But tell me what you think the Greasy dragon color is in your mind. What color is it? Listen, I'm delirious right now. I just want to thank everybody for listening, and I just want to wish all the listeners out there, whatever your holiday, if you by yourself for Christmas, what the fuck you doing? Whatever you doing, I hope you enjoy your little break. I hope you feel nice. I'm gonna try to do the one day where I don't have my phone on. I feel like that's almost irresponsible in this day and age, but I would love to try to do that one day. Maybe I'll take a bunch of mushrooms and that'll make that shit easier. Who knows? I'll let y'all know how it goes. I believe I can do it. With the right motivation and with the right substances, I can do it. I can pull this off. Anyway, happy holidays to all of y'all. Much love to you and your family. I hope y'all are enjoying your lives. Remember, just take a moment for yourself. Take a little moment, any time of day for yourself. That one reason that you need to connect with you, to get your own grease properly aligned, and you're gonna be all right. And we're gonna be all right. And I will see y'all in the new year, in 2022. You will be hearing my voice anew. All right? So, greasy people, thanks for coming out. Like, subscribe, comment, give me feedback. Tell me to go fuck myself. Until next time, it's me, Greasy. That really hurt. Checking out with the room key. Latest!